So for quality number 4, which is the quality of a great leader, this is the law of navigation. Because the truth is, anybody can steer a ship. Anybody can do it, but it takes a leader to chart the course. Anybody can get in there and say, okay, I'll do this. But you've got to chart the course, and you've got to carefully see where you want to go, where your group wants to go, and you chart the most effective course to get there. Do you see why this is after creating a process? Because once you know where you want to go, now you chart the course. Guess how you do that? The process. You kind of do it the same way you create the process. So you've got to make sure you're seeing where you want to go. You have to chart the best way to get there. And this is true for individual leaders, for leaders who have teams. And the bottom line is, John Maxwell says this. He says, if the leader can't navigate the people through rough waters, he's liable to sink the ship. How many of you have sinking ships? How many of you have places where you go, wow, I think there's a hole in my ship, and that's an issue. So how do you as a leader chart the course for your business, for your company, for the success of what you're trying to do, for your team's success, and for your own personal success? What does that look like? So number 1, there are 4 things you need to do. Number 1, get a vision. What is a vision? Because people talk about vision all the time. They make this big deal about vision, or they talk about mission statements. Well, there are 2 different things, your mission and your vision. And I'll tell you the difference. A vision statement focuses on tomorrow and what an organization wants to ultimately become. That's your vision. Tomorrow, what you're trying to achieve, the results you're trying to get for tomorrow. A mission statement focuses on today and what an organization does to achieve that. Both are super important. They're vital and you need them both to direct your goals, but be very clear what a vision is. So you have to get a vision. Number 2, get a goal. You've got to set your goals. You've got to make sure you have goals that this is where we're going. If you don't have a goal, that's seriously, you guys have heard the story or the analogy of looking at a map. You're on a road trip and you're looking at a map. And if you don't decide this is where we're going, you can go all over the place. You can have a great time, but you're never going to get where you're going. The chances of you getting where you want to go are like infinitesimal. So again, if your business isn't where you want it to be, if you're not going the direction you want to go, well, guess what? Time to chart a course. Get a vision, set a goal. The third thing is to find a way. Don't sit there and think there's no way. If you are thinking there's no way, then you need to find someone who's done it already and copy what they're doing. And you don't need somebody to work with you one-on-one. Of course, that's wonderful. And you know me, I'm like, dude, take charge of your own business. You got this. You guys know that I am all about don't use anything as an excuse for why it can't be done. You find a way. And if you find one way that seems like a really bad way, that's the only way you can figure out, start going that way. And what's really interesting is you'll meet people, you'll create skills, you'll create opportunities, you'll find opportunities, and all of a sudden it'll veer off to something else that's even better. So just start, and you'll end up reaching the goal you were going for. So the fourth thing is make a plan. Now that you've got your vision, you've set a goal, you have decided the way, now you need to make a plan. Okay, how are we going to get from point A to point B? It's really simple, those 4 things. So if one of those 4 things are missing for you, then I want you to really think about adding one of those 4 things to the list of things that you're going to be working on during this series of 21 laws of leadership. Now, so here you are, you have this vision, you set a clear goal, and you know in your mind that you can achieve that goal. But if you don't have a plan, you're going to waste valuable time and resources. And honestly, it could all fall apart in the end if you don't have a plan. Having a plan means that you have thought through the possibilities and the problems, that you have the steps, the details, and the preventative measures in place to actually accomplish what you've set out to do. Now, that doesn't mean you have to know all of that from the beginning. I don't know all the problems I'm going to encounter when I start something. I start it because I know that's the end of the road I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get over here, and this is where I'm starting. I've made the plan, and I've tried to plan for any contingencies. For example, if you go out to drive a car and you want to go to the store and get the things that you need, you've got a plan in your head. I want to go from my house to the store. But if you get in your car and you realize, somebody borrowed my car and I don't have enough gas. Well, That was unforeseen. You weren't planning to go get gas, but guess what? You came across a problem. Now you can solve the problem. And you might think, well, Teresa, that's such a simplistic like example. Let me tell you this. That is exactly what it's like when you've decided you're going to reach that goal. You will hit a problem. You'll know that you're going to hit problems. Of course, I might get a flat tire. Of course, I might get stopped by the police. Of course, something's going to happen. They always do. And then you go, okay, here's my problem. How am I choosing to handle this? What am I going to do next? That's what you're looking for. And a lot of times, for example, people will see great athletes set these amazing records. They've done some awesome thing, but really and truly, what are we seeing? We're only witnessing the end result of these 4 actions. What are the 4? List them, put them down for me. You're getting a vision, you're setting a goal, you're finding a way, and you're making a plan. So if you're only witnessing the end result of these 4 actions, what you don't see is the leader who charted that course years before this. They were already looking. They saw a compelling vision. They set a challenging and maybe it seemed like an impossible goal at the time. For your 5-year-old to say, I'm going to be in the Olympics, you're going, ha ha, pat, pat, pat. That's so nice. That's a nice idea. It seems impossible, but they're determined in their mind that they would find a way to achieve the goal. And then they made a plan to do that thing. And the years prior to the moment where they achieved the goal, all those years, those were moments were years of stepping out that plan to the moment that they had first envisioned. Over and over, when you see them win, it's the first time. Like, whoa, they're amazing. When they win, they've done it 1,000 times already before you saw them win. This is a leader. A leader charts a course. So look at that and see if there is anything in there that you need to be working on. And remember, we don't want it to be overwhelming. So out of this series of 21, what are you going to be doing? You are going to pick 3 of the sub skills, not 3 of the big 21, 3 of the sub skills that will help you get better at what you are trying to do as a leader.